Why are you so desperate to get married? So let's continue this journey. In the last video, it took a turn. I started talking about finances and how the Lord told me to resign my job. And what I thought would be maybe just 6 months max ended up being 3 years without a job, and still without a job. And I guess God wanted me to encourage someone with that. That if He's calling you to do the same thing, trust Him. Trust Him. He knows what He's doing. 3 years later, no job, no income per se. And I'm still here. I'm not on the streets. I've never starved. God has provided for me supernaturally. And that's a whole different story. Now, the reason I had brought that up about finances was because in the previous video, or earlier, the last video, I was speaking about the sources of our desperation to get married. Why are we so desperate to get married? Why am I so desperate to get married? And so we're eliminating, sorry, I keep feeling ants come on me. We're exploring, let's just say we were exploring the possible sources of this desperation. And so, as I mentioned, I realized for me, it is mainly three things: circumstances, trauma, and patterns. And so the circumstances was about money and about my finances. And so let's continue. Let's see where the Holy Spirit takes us, right? So welcome on this journey. This is, I don't know what part or episode of this my story about how God is leading me to my kingdom marriage and the lessons I'm learning on this journey. So it is May 29th, 2026, and it is now 10:46 a.m. So let's continue. Circumstances as a source for desperation. And so, not having money like you want to, everyone knows, it's nothing like not having your own money. Woo! The way it limits you is crazy, isn't it? Like even the most simple things, like sometimes I'll see people having pizza and I'm like, man, I wish I could afford pizza right now, but I can't. You know, it's hard when people invite you to go out for lunch. It's not like Africa. In Africa, when someone invites you to go to lunch or something, you know that they pay for it. So you're like, yeah, sure, let's go. But here in these United States of America and Canada's and Europe and stuff, when someone invites you to go to lunch, please have your money. Please have your money. Just be ready to pay for yourself. Don't assume they're going to pay for you because they've invited you. Hard lessons I've learned in these Canadas and Americas. But anyway, that's just to speak about how hard it is when you don't have money. You feel very limited. You can't really go out. You can't do a lot of things. And so I've just been feeling very stuck. And then that also means I can't have my own place. So I currently am staying with some housemates. They're pretty cool guys. But there's nothing like having your own place. And it's very tough. It's very tough, especially being a woman and being my age, because I'm 45. You know, at this age, society tells you should be married, have children, 2.3 children, white picket fence, beautiful home, beautiful marriage, career, steady income, investments, you know. And I'm none of that right now. So it's very painful. It's very hard. It's very painful, if I'm honest. And so I realize now one of the reasons I've been desperate for marriage is because I've been looking at marriage as my way out. As my way out. As my way out of my circumstances. As my way out of this hard place I'm in. And especially with the person that I have in mind that I thought was my future husband. I call him AJ. I don't know him. I know of him. I've never met the guy in person, never spoken to him in person, or spoken to him, period. He's a pretty well-known person, and for some reason, which we'll explore later, he's who I have in my mind as I think of my future husband. And so he's established, he's doing really well for himself, thriving, have beautiful home, money, stable. And so, it's really funny how powerful our minds are, how powerful our subconscious is. Because I really didn't realize I was being desperate to get out of this situation. But more importantly, I didn't realize I was looking at a man to come and save me. To come and save me. This woman that has always been independent. Here I was, subconsciously wanting a man to come and save me. My knight in shining armor, to come and sweep me out of my circumstances, to bring me to this place of comfort, of provision, of happiness, of fulfillment, of completeness. Even as I speak up, it's really tough. I'm trying not to cry, so that's why I'm pausing, because I don't even recognize that woman. Who is this woman? I was so desperate to get out of a situation that it caused her to be desperate to get married. So was it even about love? Was it even because I love this guy? Or was it more because of what he could provide for me, what he could do for me, how he could get me out of this mess, from zero to hero, from rags to riches? It's a very painful confession. It's a very painful confession. But this is the journey of unveiling the ugly truth. And one of the reasons I have been desperate to get married is because I'm looking to someone, to a man, to save me, to make me happy, to complete me, as if I'm not enough on my own. And desperation has consequences. Desperation has consequences. And I want to speak to you about my story in the United States. About a similar situation of desperation because of money, because of circumstances. But how God was faithful to show me a way out. And so that's next. My story in the US.